Gemini, just as I was plugging in the camera to start your reading, I heard upgrade. And it was not one of the messages I got before when I was meditating with your energy, and I'll tell you about those in a second. So there might be a sudden, unexpected upgrade. It just comes through without you even really anticipating it. But I feel like you're open to this upgrade. So let me tell you the messages I did receive for you in meditation, then we'll get the tarot out and see what else Spirit has to say. So I saw this like really vivid vision of the Atlantic Ocean. And the Atlantic Ocean is fierce. It's dark, it's cold, it's wild, it's unpredictable. I grew up around the Atlantic Ocean, or I spent part of my child near it, and sometimes we'd go there at night. And you couldn't see it, but you could definitely hear it. And we'd go with my dog, and he was just a puppy at the time, and he was like really scared of it. So there's something here maybe that feels like you can't see. You can hear it or you sense it, that it's right there. And the dog here, like everything I'm saying is part of your message. The dog here for you could be your instincts, something that you're feeling instinctually vigilant about or fearful about. But Spirit is saying there is nothing to fear. I feel this strongly. In fact, in this vision I was getting, there's a lighthouse. And it's off in the distance. And it was daytime when I saw your vision for you. It's like a downpour of rain. There's a storm. The ocean's going wild. And it's like off in the distance and it's kind of foggy and everything. You can see a lighthouse. And there's somebody there and they're waving to you. They're yelling at you. They're telling Gemini, over here, over here. But the wind is so loud. It's howling and you can't really hear. And you're looking over like, is that really someone there? I'm not really sure. And I was asking Spirit, who is this? And I feel like I didn't get a clear answer, but I feel like it could be two things. It could be you, your future self, maybe even a past self, but definitely a version of yourself. Or it could be some kind of like ancestor guide or like an energy omen I'm hearing. I don't know what that is. Maybe a message that's trying to come through, something that they're trying to tell you something. They're trying to get your attention. Okay, so I got that this person or this energy, whatever it is, whether it's you or something else, is a port in the storm. And this whole vision I was getting was extremely cinematic, very vivid, I would say. So I also got that you're going to scrap a plan, and I saw someone crumpling up a piece of paper and throwing it away. Maybe you're a writer, I don't know, but there's something that you had down on paper, that could be a metaphor, but you were sure of something and now you're crumpling it up and you're scrapping it and you're going back to the drawing board. I wrote, you're reworking something. So there's this wild, unpredictable energy in your reading. It's kind of like a tower energy, but it's not really a tower, it's a lighthouse. And I feel like this might be exactly your perception. It might be the fact that you think something's a tower, but it's a lighthouse. There's something here about my own childhood memory of the darkness and the ocean and my fearful dog. And I can't remember exactly how I was feeling. I think I was just in awe. I was humbled by the force of the ocean. And it was very educational, I would say, to realize that even though we can't see something, doesn't mean it can't impact us, affect us, and that its force isn't right there. So even the invisible is something that we ought to respect and pay attention to. Okay, so these are all messages for you. I'm feeling guided for this clear quartz. Interesting. Okay, let's see what comes through for you, Gemini. I am very curious. I'm also using a new tarot deck, which I love so much. When I mention tarot decks, they ain't paying me. Okay, I'm just sharing what I love. Okay, this is the Soul Tarot. So, and then I'm also using the Akasha Oracle. So let's see what comes through for you, Gemini. Spirit, what is this reading all about? This vision of the Atlantic Ocean. Maybe you're by the Atlantic Ocean or you're going to visit it. It's wild, unpredictable, a force to be reckoned with. Symbolically, the ocean represents creativity. I'm hearing the universe in reverse. Interesting. I don't know what that means. It's like a mirror of ourselves, of our subconscious mind. So maybe something's going on in your subconscious mind that feels a little bit wild and untamed. Something that you want to put out into the world. This could be why you're scrapping something and you're deciding, wait, that was too safe, that was too simple, that was too boring. I'm going to do something else that matches, that mirrors the storm that's inside of me. And again, this isn't a bad storm. It's brilliant. It's beautiful. I feel the message here is you're a force to be reckoned with. Okay, but you could feel like there's forces outside of you that you're reckoning with. But it's really you that's the force. The ocean is also psychic abilities, depth, psychology. So let's see. Tell me, what's going on here in this reading for Gemini spirit? What's the message for their highest good and the highest good of all? Resilience. Ooh. And it says everlasting flower on it. We have this fractured, cracked face, persona, image, resilience. Resilience in the storm. Now your eyes are closed. I want one more, Spirit. I wasn't planning on getting two, but number 37, which is 10, which is completion. And you are completing the book. So it could be a closing, not only of a chapter, but a book for you. But there's a finale that's happening with this storm. This isn't the song fading out. This is an impactful ending of a cycle. Home. The lighthouse. This looks like the lighthouse to me. Resilience and home. What's going on at home? Are you feeling like you're at home these days? Let's get some more cards out and see. Spirit. The tree. Linden tree. Okay, let's see. The energy supporting Gemini. Restless. The ocean inside. The storm inside. Yeah, because this is kind of like tranquil and chill energy. But the storm inside, it's like the vibration is so strong, it's like an earthquake, and on the surface, you're trying to keep something together, but it's starting to come apart. It's fracturing a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying? The storm is intensifying. The ocean waves are kicking up. And that energy is calling out to you. Gemini, over here. Here's your lighthouse. Here's your direction. Here's your port in the storm. Okay, so we need to find out what that is. But let's see what else is supporting you. Now, restless is supporting you, right? So you should listen to that energy. Ooh, never again. And self-control. This is what I'm saying. You're trying to keep something under wraps. Self-control. Keep it together. Could be about something related to home for you. Doesn't have to be that. Never again. What is it that you are saying to yourself that's never going to happen again? You're trying to control this, but you're restless. Are you fighting against something like an impulse or an emotion? This is intense. Now, don't get me wrong. There could be so many things going on in your life, beautiful things, chill things, but this is the energy I'm picking up that Spirit wants to talk to you about with me. Okay, so let's see the challenge. I'm very curious. There's the synchronicity we needed. Ride the wave. Okay. Eyes. Open your eyes. Okay, and one more. Ride the wave. Open your eyes. the invisible. Something might become visible to you that you didn't think you'd ever see. Reach out. Reach out to that person, that energy standing out there, waving to you. Ride the wave over to them. This is very interesting. It feels so moody. Like not in a bad way. It feels very watery. And like, it feels like a big release needs to happen. I just see like this person just like, it fractures apart and this big wave comes through and it births you out into this ocean where it's not scary at all. There's a way, there's a lighthouse, there's a person. I need to know, Spirit, though, because I'm not quite understanding the restless and the self-control being together as the support. So can you help me out with that one? Yeah, let's get one of these cards. Can you help me out? Why is that change of scene? Okay, so this restless energy within you, the way that it's manifesting right now is different than in the past when you had restless energy and maybe you lacked some self-control. Maybe you did some things that you felt were wild and there was no coming back from, or things that maybe you regret. It doesn't have to be you regret. It could be you could have picked a different path and maybe you're thinking about that. I don't know what it is for everyone. Someone here could be dealing with, I think that is the case, not for all of you. A small portion of you are dealing with some kind of addiction or obsession around a heartbreak. Again, not all of you. And you're really controlling yourself around that. But you're restless. And this restlessness is telling you can't just sit poised and act like nothing's going on inside of you. I mean, eventually it's going to burst outward. Instead, what you should think about is where can you direct this energy that's different than what you did in the past? So when you were restless in the past, maybe you got involved with some things that were sketchy, I don't know, or maybe you took on too much work, whatever it is, or maybe you moved around, I don't know. Spirit's saying you can take this restless storm, oceanic energy and do something different with it. You change of scene. There is something here where you're trying to hold everything down. For some of you, you're not happy with where you're at. Could be location, could be a home, could be a relationship of some sort. There could be things coming up for you, subconscious, the ocean, around childhood, family, home dynamics, and how resilient you've had to be throughout the years. These cracks on the surface here, they don't show to others. And I know it feels like, why would you want this to burst wide open and crumble and fall to pieces? Like, why would that be a good thing? It's because what's underneath that cracked experience, that experience of a fractured home or fractured life or fractured emotions, fractured relationship, underneath that, there's this wild potential that is just reworking itself, coming into being. And it's a part of you that's wild and unpredictable. And I feel right now I'm speaking to someone who's trying to really control everything. Maybe you're super organized, or maybe you don't like to do things without a plan, or you think 10,000 steps ahead. I know I think 10,000 steps ahead, and sometimes that works out for me, and sometimes it exhausts me. I have a Gemini moon in North Node, so I can relate to some of the Gemini archetypes and energies for sure. And control is really, I believe, a kind of Gemini characteristic that doesn't get talked about very often, okay? Because you're dealing with a multiplicity of possibilities, a multiplicity of what ifs and could be's, and also skills and talents. And Gemini mind is adaptable, flexible. And so you have to bring some kind of discipline and control to that energy, or else you're just all over the place. And so in some ways that self-control can really work for you. And I think it has. There is something you're saying, never again. And I think you're correct with that. And now it's time to, rather than just hunker down and try to stay still and glue all these pieces back together, it's time for a change. It's time to ride that wave within you, to open your eyes and reach out to that you that's standing out there waving, saying, Gemini, come on. Portal. It's a portal. Yeah. This card's kind of sticking out. Break the rules. It's a portal. Yes, Gemini. Okay. Yeah, we're breaking the rules here, okay? I mean, playing by the rules can get you only so far in whatever situation we're talking about. Could be playing by someone else's rules. Could be playing by subconscious programming that your family put into you on what you should do and what you shouldn't do. And now you're deciding, you know what? Like, I want to break the rules just like the Atlantic Ocean does. I don't know. And enter that portal. Okay, so I need to know, Spirit, what is that energy waving out far in the distance? And I wrote that down. Look in the distance. Look in the distance. Far out. Far out, dude. Okay. What is that energy drawing you towards? It's a portal, but what is the portal that you need to see here, that you're guided towards? Passage, Spirit. Okay, I know, it's a passage, it's a portal. A passage to what? Well, maybe it's a little bit of a mystery. Or unformed. Maybe it's something that has the potential to be whatever you want it to be. And you haven't really put some definitions around that. You're reworking something. It's beautiful, though. It's a little intimidating, I feel. Okay, let's get into the tarot and see what comes through for you. What else? Gemini. Just saw 1733. You might see those numbers. Or something about 33 days from now. Okay, let's see. You could count on the calendar, see what that is. Mark it, circle it. Okay, I'll take that. Your overall energy, 10 of Wands. Okay, let's get all the cards out. Ooh, a lot of fire. Fire, water, air. And then the tree is earth. So there's a good balance here. Let's see. For Gemini. That's a lot, but we'll take it. Oh my goodness. Wow, Gemini, this is a big deal. Okay, and this could be all going on internally. I feel like that's what we're talking about. Now, of course, whatever... Oh, this was hiding behind that. Oh my goodness. Justice was hiding. Okay, so we're gonna get to that. There is likely an outward manifestation of this energy, meaning that you are going to see some results in the physical world, or something's going to happen for sure as a result of what's going on within you. But right now, Spirit's talking more about your internal dynamics here, your energy change, the portal. Okay, portals are invisible, they're energetic, but when we pass through them, life changes. And that's what's happening because you've said never again to something. Okay? But it's like it's almost like, yeah, it's, how do I explain that? It's like a matronly almost energy I'm getting with this card. It's like, really strange. And what I mean by matronly, it's like a really dressed modestly down kind of older feminine energy that doesn't express emotions or thoughts, maybe doesn't speak very often, is a little bit strict. I don't know where, I'm even seeing like images of people like probably hundreds of years ago. I don't know. It's like with bonnets and stuff. It's like an energy of fear of letting oneself really express who they are. Or maybe it's not fear, it's like the inability. You're in a situation, in a relationship, in some kind of context where there's expectations of how you should act. Doesn't matter what your gender is, right? But it's like this quiet kind of energy of some woman like on spinning some yarn in the corner of this house, like old house. I don't know, maybe this is a past life energy I'm seeing. And I feel like you can't be there anymore. You can't do that anymore. Okay? The spinning of the yarn is significant because it symbolizes you trying to weave your world into existence. But it could be the case that the threads you've been spinning have been for other people and not yourself. You spin these beautiful garments and clothes and exquisite dynamic colors and vibrant for other people who get to leave the home while you're stuck in the corner, just repeating the work over and over again. That might resonate very strongly for someone. I don't know why this image, or maybe this was like your mother's, how you experienced your mother. I don't know why that's coming through either, but okay, let's get into the cards. 10 of Wands. Well, look at that. This is very interesting. The river flows into the ocean. And 10 of Wands is oppression. Carrying a lot, carrying a load of energy, oftentimes other people's. And here in this depiction of the 10 of Wands, you've released it. You've let it go. You've given it up to the river, which is carrying it into the ocean. There's something you've given up on, or you're going to give up on. Never again. Change of scene. Scrap a plan. Take these sticks, take these wands, take this energy away from me, Spirit. That's what I'm hearing you say. And so you might not want to go down that same path where you see that energy flowing because you've released it. Do you know what I mean? Like you put the energy in the river goes to the ocean, and you're like, why would I go to the ocean if what I'm letting go is also on its way there? Well, because whatever you've just been through has become a part of you. If this doesn't all make sense, I get it. I can hear myself. I get it. But maybe a few listens or just sitting with it and just feeling the energy behind the message might be helpful. The ocean is you. So you're releasing the burden, the weight within yourself rather than carrying it on your mind or carrying it outward, doing all these things outwardly or having composure. That's the word. It's like you're trying to have this composure. You're releasing that, letting the energy kind of break up within you, which is the first steps to alchemy, is breaking up the energy. Okay, let's get one more card. The Lovers. As above, so below, I'm seeing immediately. What's in your mind, what you carry in your mental energy, you manifest into the world in your hands. As above, so below, and you rule the hands. Okay, and your perspective, your thoughts, and the energy, the frequency behind it is what creates our reality. Our perception of our reality determines what we feel we can do with it. And here in the water, look how vibrant you are. Look at all the leaves and the growth. So, as above, as your mind is feeling kind of weighed down, maybe bare, lacking some reciprocity, some love, some care, some excitement, you're restless. And beneath that, below, Your hands, they want to create something. They want to sew. They want to weave your world into existence. The Lovers is your card in its highest polarity. Now, I can't, 10 of Wands in the Lovers card in its most rudimentary reading, I suppose, most obvious reading, is that there is a relationship or a massive decision that you've made that is weighing heavily on you, okay? Or maybe you feel like there is going to be a massive decision. Could be related to home. Okay, 9 of Wands for what you don't see coming. I love this reading. Look at this. It's such a story here. You are a storyteller. I feel like some of you are writers for sure. Or creatives, because I had that massive vision too, and it was so vivid. The arts, I feel like it's going to be very important for you, even if you're like, nah, I'm not artistic or creative at all. That's a lie. That's a lie. Straight up lie. You are creative. You are. It's the essence of life. So you have it within you. It doesn't have to be creative in the stereotypical sense. Creativity can manifest in many, many ways. Okay, but look how creative you are here. Okay, so you realize, okay, wait, the thing I let go of is now like still within me. It's broken up within me. It's not that weight I'm carrying on my back, but I'm still carrying the energy around it. So what am I going to do with this? Well, look what you decide to do. You build a raft with these wands. You repurpose some old energy that is difficult and hard. You rework it for yourself so you have a raft now to go into that ocean. Now, we both know that that ocean is wild. I don't know if this raft is going to sustain you, but I like that you are working towards a way to navigate yourself to the portal. I feel like you're going to learn that you need something a little bit more substantial than what you think. But the ingenuity and the aha moment that like, hey, this doesn't have to wreck me, ruin me. This wasn't all for nothing. I can redo something in my life. I can repurpose this energy and ride the wave with this raft that I'm building. You know what I think is actually going to happen here when I said this raft is probably not going to cut it? I feel like you'll go into that ocean, into that mystery chapter of your next life, the next book. Maybe you're writing a new book. The next book of your life. The raft's going to fall apart. You're going to freak out. And then you're going to realize I don't need the raft. I can swim in this ocean because I am the ocean. It's all good. I think that's what's going to happen, is you're going to realize you don't need some kind of outside energy, or you alchemizing and repurposing this difficult and different situation that you went through only takes you so far down the river, maybe to the ocean, only takes you so far, but eventually you don't need it anymore. There's no use for it. You let go of it. This energy, this oppressive weight is not going to be with you forever. Not in the way that it feels now. Okay? So let's see what the opportunity is. 2 of Wands. Let's see. I need more. Passage, the portal. Wait. The passage, the portal. I didn't even see what that card was. I think it's the same one. No. Ace of Pentacles and the Hierophant. The opportunity is to see a path that's being lit for you, to see that other energy out there in the storm calling to you. Lighthouse, right? A lighthouse. There's something very stable over there. Ace of Pentacles and the Hierophant. I do feel this is kind of feels hold on a second. This feels unexpected. This feels like you you muster up all the courage, you go out into the ocean, you go to the portal, you get to the lighthouse, and you're like, what's going to happen here? And then you realize like there's a lot of like calmness. It's almost like when you get to the lighthouse and meet your other half, your other self or the other energy or whatever it is, it's like when you turn back and look out at the ocean, it's all calm now because you're through the portal and you see some kind of stability. Now this is the Hierophant here. This is like ancient wisdom. Maybe it is an ancestor for you, giving you a piece of advice, giving you some ancient wisdom. There's definitely an opportunity that's built in stone, I'm hearing. Set in stone. An opportunity set in stone for you. For some of you, this is you moving up in some kind of organization or institution. Break the rules. The Hierophant is the rules. Maybe you some of you are breaking the rules to make the rules. To make your own rules. That could be the opportunity too, is to break the rules, to remake the rules for yourself. Okay? I'm going to leave that there because it feels like whatever is waiting for you could be very specific and unique for each of you. I feel just guided to use these a little more. Let's see. Yeah, what else do I need to say? Whoa. What is happening here? Okay, I'm getting double life. And then I'm seeing stuck, bad timing, bondage, possessive, and then strategy with future. You could feel like this version of yourself out there, or the version of you that's going towards the portal, is unrealistic, or it's an aspect of you that you don't know if you can actually step into. Because what I'm seeing here is that you feel very caught with something, or this resilience of yours, this composure and this poise that you have is very deeply ingrained. And it might be very difficult to take a chance here to break some kind of rules. Now, for some of you, you could be dealing with somebody else in your life who's very possessive, keeping you stuck, okay, in bondage. And this is something that I feel you're letting go of. You are already strategizing for your future. Okay? I'm hearing, how do I say that? Your future self would not be out there waving to you if you hadn't already manifested it. Okay? So you've already manifested that future self through the portal. You've already created some kind of strategy. But there is a difficulty here, and we're moving into the challenge. So let's see, the High Priestess, and this looks like a portal. The High Priestess, intuition, secret knowledge, darkness, underworld, trusting the moon, which, of course, I'm hearing governs, rules the ocean. Trusting your intuition. A secret, perhaps. Maybe this passage to the portal is a little bit of a secret that you're keeping. Maybe from yourself, too. Let's see. Let's see. What is the challenge here with the High Priestess? Gratitude. Anything else? Gratitude, lonely, intimacy, been here all along. Are you lonely? The high priestess is often associated with loneliness. But sometimes when we're lonely, it gives us the opportunity to get more intimate with ourselves rather than focusing on being intimate with someone else. The intimacy we gain in our solitude or loneliness is something we should indeed be grateful for, even if it's difficult, because it does connect us to deeper realms of intuition. Pain and suffering and going into the underworld, discovering our shadow, our wounds, connects us deeply with our innermost fears, hopes, dreams. And it sparks something within us that tells us we can't give up on ourselves. We meet our soul in the dark, in the loneliness. So for some of you, the challenge is to understand the blessing that's hidden within the difficulty. And I know that's a kind of cliche thing to say, but you've already done the difficult part here of saying never again. You know that you need to break out of something. I can see that. That's clearly. The ocean's calling to you. You hear it. Maybe you don't see what's up ahead, but you feel it. And been here all along, I feel like is your future self, or is that other energy on the other side waiting for you, calling to you, beckoning you? What are you leaving behind exactly? Temperance. Knight of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. You know what, Gemini? It's reminding me of a time in my life that was pretty lonely and miserable. And I wasn't alone. Go figure. But I specifically remember one night I was having a drink, and it was night time and everyone was sleeping, and I was looking out the window and it was just dark out there, and I was thinking, am I ever going to get out of this? Am I ever going to change my life? Is my life destined to be this? And it was like, I feel it was the moment in time that things shifted, and my whole life changed after that moment in so many radical, unpredictable Atlantic Ocean ways, okay? Unexpectedly. But it was that moment where I spoke to spirit, spoke to the universe, looked out into the darkness and said, this isn't good enough for me. This is not it. I acknowledge that while I'm resilient and I'm keeping it together, and I've been on this path for a while, Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, maybe there's some security, some stability, some comfort here, predictability. It's not enough. I need this. And I feel like that's the challenge for you, is to get to that point, or to listen to yourself in that moment. Because even though the King of Pentacles here is successful, solid, stable, secure, predictable, all of those things, look at this tree. It's dead. It's already been struck by lightning. It's not really yielding the beautiful fruits and abundance that you're looking for, okay? The home that you actually want to be in. All right. So the advice is Page of Pentacles. This is actually really good for the advice because it's not that hard. It's not like a major arcana where you need to have like a total awakening or like shadow work session. This is like, you just need to, I'm hearing something about heating. Heating what? Is Six of Wands. Heating your inner warrior. Nine of Pentacles. Heating that, something about your inner teacher, warrior teacher, the sun, your inner light, I guess. But what I was going to say is this is just starting the journey. Building that raft, learning how to build the raft. Yeah, even though it's going to come apart and it's not really going to work out, like at least it gets you down the river. It's a start, right? It's a start. And then you will be given and gifted the tools you need as you go. Trust me on that. So you just need to start. Maybe you need to cut down this tree and find your direction. You have direction. The stars, the person I don't want to say person, the energy at the lighthouse calling you, showing you the way. Okay, so this is taking some first steps, figuring out what you need to do next. That's your advice. It's kind of like cozy, like get a cup of tea, a notebook, put on some of your favorite music, and journal. Sketch a plan, a blueprint. What do you need to do? What's next? What do you got to do to ride the wave? Do you need to book a flight? Judgment. And the portal opens. Look at this beautiful portal. Some of you might be into photography, or you're starting your own tarot channel. That's the big ocean, and it is a wild, Atlantic, crazy, stormy ocean to be a reader. It's fun, but sometimes it's like, whoa, what's going on here? But if you feel called, of course, give it a try. If it doesn't work out, there's more. And as Gemini energy, you know that already. But this message isn't whether it's going to work out or not. I kind of see it is, but the message is to go forward and take the chance. Because on the other side, Ace of Pentacles and the Hierophant, I feel you're good. Awakening to your own talent, your own skills, to the journey that lies ahead of you. You're not matronly as the Page of Pentacles. You're the child out there building, exploring, learning. Okay, so your outcome. I'm also going to do an extended reading. In the extend, we're going to go a layer deeper. I don't know where we're going to go scuba diving in the ocean next. I don't know. We're going to see what's underneath all of this. If you're interested in that, the link is in the description box below. If you're not interested, you don't like that idea, trust Spirit already knew that for you and didn't leave you hanging, gave you everything you needed right here. The outcome for you, and I'm going to say in the next 3 months, or the next 33 days maybe, Justice, Death, and the Eight of Cups. Now, when I first saw it, it was like this, Death and the Eight of Cups. And I thought, okay, that's good, but it's a little kind of, it's a bit grim in some ways. It's like a difficult ending, leaving something behind that you thought was working. But then Justice was hiding. And look how beautiful the Justice card is. Balance. In the most difficult of circumstances, balancing something you thought you couldn't or wouldn't be able to be balanced. You're going to figure out a way. Justice for you. And this Death card is pretty too. Everything has its place, right? In your life, everything has its place. Everything happens for a reason. You cut down this tree, right? This King of Pentacles, this life that is not satisfying you or whatever's going on here, you cut it down, but it's not for nothing. Things grow from it. You grow from it. And there's transformation here. Transformation of old dead wood energy into a whole vibrant life for you. That's what's up ahead. Because you choose to walk away from something, even if there's a cup still standing. It's not what you're really after. You know what I mean? All right, Gemini. That's what I have for you. I hope that helped. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.